Hello and welcome back to Unforgettable Crafts. We're here today in my fancy little kitchen, ready to make some cute little candles. So today we're making the Gentleman, which smells divine. It reminds me of the 1920s. Nice gentleman, leather, suede, hickory. Amazing. So we have the wax already in the wax warmer. We are almost ready to unplug that and let it flow. We have our fragrance over here. I've already divided it into two because my little guy here is only 64 ounces and I need 66. Yeah, it's that lame. So I decided to half it into this one and that one. So I needed two fragrances divided in half. So we've got that. We have our funnel. These things are amazing. They're called piston funnels, so you can also use it for pancakes and stuff like that. But that's not what we're using it for today. So you have this little guy and it opens and plops exactly the amount that I want in there. And then I can slowly increase it. It's fantastic. We have our spoon for mixing. I use a stainless steel spoon. Some people use wooden spoons, but I like not having the fragrance soak into it, so I decided on this one. We have a pan, so I can move this over for setting later, and this one is cool, so it's not hot at all. I have my glass jars in my oven at 170 degrees Fahrenheit because that's as low as that oven will go. The preference is 150. We gotta do what we gotta do. So those are ready to go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the ones that I need. I'm gonna bring them over here and set them on this tray. And then I'm going to add my wicks. So I already planned out my wicks as well. So I use these little metal guys. These are my favorite so far. And here's my little wicks and my wick stickers. So I went ahead and put them on and I divided them into 4, even though that's gonna be 2 of my 11-ounce jars. And then I have my wax melts. They're called clamshells, and they're sitting here ready and waiting for the wax melts to go into. So let's get started. Okay, so here's my cute thermometer. I push it and then I wait a second and then it'll start reading and it'll continue to read the ambient temperatures until I get up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this little guy and I'm gonna check the temperature inside. And right now it's at 190, which is great. I'm good with that. So we wanna pour at 180 at least for our fragrance. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. It's like the most satisfying thing ever. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my fragrance. So I wanna put in 33 ounces of wax. And then the calculation that I made on my fragrance for half. And then I go ahead and put that in my sink so I don't get it everywhere. I love that it makes a little spiral form. See the pretty spiral? And then we're gonna do it again. So what I need to do next is I'm going to sit here and stir it. It gets really obnoxiously loud, so don't listen. So I'm going to check my temperature and see where we're at, but we're going to wait until we're between around 145 to 155. Some waxes are around 160, depending on what's on the bag of your wax. You want to check that and make sure where you are. But we want to check what our temperature is, which ours is at 171 right now. So we've got quite a lot of time. So I already pre-prepped everything, my jars, I alcoholed them, I sprayed them with alcohol, wiped them down, put them in the oven, and now I'm waiting on them. So I could be doing that while I'm waiting on this fragrance to cool down, or fragrance and wax mixture, sorry. I can also be making my wick stickers and putting the wicks on them and taking that time there as well. But I already did all of that, so we're just gonna wait. It's been a little bit of time as we waited for the fragrance and wax to decrease in their temperature. They are officially ready to go. So I'm going to take my mixture here and I'm gonna pour it into my piston funnel. I have been putting this guy on the top of this little, I don't even know what that thing's called. What's that thing called? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below what that thing is called. But this hits right on the bottom. So if it's sitting on this surface, it'd be hitting. So I put it on that so it had a little bit more room. Anyway. So that's ready to go. I'm gonna take my wicks and my wick stickers and I'm gonna put them down into my 11-ounce candle. So this is a 14-ounce jar. It makes an 11-ounce candle. And so I like to stick them in there myself. These are warm, by the way, so I'm wanting to put it back down pretty quickly. But I put my metal holders and then I'll slide the wick into the grommet or the groove, and then same on this side, and I crisscross them. I like to be very specific with my candle weights, so I'll usually do 2 of these at once, but I'll take this and I will zero it out, and then I'm going to start adding my candle wax and fragrance. Again, this is the Gentleman, and I'm going to 11 ounces. There we are, 11 ounces even. And then I can take this and set it aside. And that way I know that my clients are getting exactly what they're asking for. I'm telling them it's 11 ounces. They know it's 11 ounces because I'm weighing each one. Sometimes I'll put my stickers in before and do doubles. My husband likes to do this part too and help me. I think it's his favorite part. But if you do 2 at once, my little scale here weighs it. And one thing I learned on someone else's channel is that they like to put their wick in and then they wait and pour in their candle and then they put on these metal tabs. I didn't like doing that. The wick itself got soft and went like falling into the bottom. It just wasn't for me. So I'm sticking with this. And here's my 11 more ounces in this one. And this is 100% soy. So it does end up having some air bubbles. Sometimes the top looks gorgeous. Sometimes there's a little crater that I have to fix with a heat gun later. You just never know until it's done. And we ran out of wax. Oh my goodness. So taking my second little guy. Got a little bit left in there. Don't let me forget that. Go. So we have 11 and 11. And last but not least, our last little guy. I guess it's because it's a gentleman, but they're all guys. When I do our ladies line, I guess they'll be girl candles. There you go, fold them over, push them in. I don't know if you've been able to see that or not, but that's what it looks like. And then from the bottom, you can see where I stuck the wicks. Make sure it zeroes out. And again. There we go. And now I'm going to get my 7-ounce jars, which are 5 ounces of wax total. And I'm gonna get those out of the oven, move them over here, and do the exact same process again. So we're back again, and we have our 5-ounce candles, 7-ounce jars out. They're still warm to the touch, and I'm going to put my sticker straight in the center. Well, as close as I can get to the center by eyeballing. And then I'm going to use my metal piece. It goes right in the center this time, since I don't have 2 wicks. And then I fold it over, and I'll show you that up close in just 1 second. Now I will tell you, sometimes the candle wick comes off from the metal plate at the bottom. It's very frustrating, but that's what that looks like with just 1 wick. This is really warm to the touch, so sorry if I keep moving it. But I'm going to zero out my numbers with the metal attached, and these are again 5-ounce candles. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and pour this extra in, and these will go into my 2-ounce wax melts. I like to go by even numbers. These little clamshells are able to hold 2.4 ounces, but I don't like that. Just my personal preference. So I am a 2.0 person. So I'm going to zero that out, and then I'm going to start filling. And that is 2.0. And then I'm going to continue doing that until I run out of wax and fragrance. So this is what I do. I like to have enough to make a specific amount. And then any extra I have as either something I can sell if there's 2.0 or more, and if not, I can use it for a test. And then as they cure, they become white, and we can see how pretty they're going to end up looking. Another 2.0. I don't know, there's just something satisfying about watching the wax go into whatever canister or vessel it's going into. All right, we're at the very bottom, so we're not going to have enough to do a 2.0. So this one's going to be my test or giveaway item. I can give away to somebody to test out for me, or I can test it myself. And of course, you try to get as much fragrance out as possible because this is liquid gold over here. So this is how we make the gentleman candle. Thank you for going on this journey with me. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, opposing viewpoints, go ahead and put those in the comments. Go by our website at www.unforgettablecrafts.com. Nope. .store. My apology. Go by unforgettablecrafts.store and check out our new products. We've got a lot of new items coming out, and we have a lot of new topics coming in the next videos. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day.